If life has no meaning, why do you care? The nihilist lie. Most people who say life has no meaning think they're being deep or edgy, but they don't realize the statement destroys itself. And I'm going to show you why, in the simplest way possible. Stick with me, this isn't philosophy class. This is just basic logic. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Part 1, the logical trap nobody notices. When someone says, life is meaningless, they've already made a huge mistake. Because meaningless means lacking meaning. To say something lacks meaning, you must already know what meaning is. You can't say, this circle isn't perfect unless you understand perfect. Something is cold unless you understand heat. This is unfair unless you understand fair. It's the same with meaning. You cannot declare life has no meaning without first using the mental category of meaning. So the idea collapses. The moment you say the sentence, you've proven yourself wrong. Part 2, meaning isn't in the universe. It's in you. People think meaning has to come from the universe, from God, from destiny, something external. But here's the truth. Meaning only exists where consciousness exists. Meaning is something the self creates, not something nature hands you. It's like color isn't in light. Light has wavelengths, but your brain creates color. Hot and cold aren't categories in physics. They're just fast motion and slow motion of particles. But your senses create heat and cold. Let me emphasize this clearly, because it's the part nobody understands. Outside of consciousness, fast motion and slow motion are not opposites. They are the same kind of thing. Motion and motion equals existence. If something is moving even slowly, it exists. If something were perfectly still, truly still, it would not exist. But perfect stillness isn't possible in reality, so cold never means non-existence. It just means less motion, which is still existence. This is why your mind creates categories like hot, cold, good, bad, meaning, meaningless. But those categories only exist inside the self. Outside of us, there is only motion, change, existence. No categories, no opposites, just being. So when nihilists say life has no meaning, they're using categories that only exist because they're conscious. They can't escape the system they're using. Part 3, meaning is not a lie, not a mistake, not a biological error. Some people say consciousness is a glitch or a mistake. That's wrong. A mistake assumes there's a correct version of the universe that we violated. But the universe doesn't have rules about what should exist. Consciousness is an emergent property of complex motion. Not an error, not an accident, not a lie. It's the same way a hurricane isn't a mistake of wind, a flame isn't a mistake of heat, and gravity isn't a mistake of mass. Your mind is what happens when matter becomes complex enough to experience itself. You are not a glitch. You are what happens when the universe looks at itself from the inside. Meaning is not a lie. Meaning is not false. Meaning is not universal either. Meaning is a real experience inside a conscious being that makes it real for you, and that's all it ever needed to be. Part 4, why saying life has no meaning is self-defeating. Let's break the paradox cleanly. To say life is meaningless, you must 1. Have a self. 2. That can experience emotions. 3. That can assign meaning. 4. That understands what meaning is. 5. And uses that category. 6. To argue that the category doesn't exist. It's like saying language is meaningless. In a sense, truth doesn't exist. While trying to tell the truth, the self is an illusion. While using a self to say it, it collapses instantly. Meaning is unavoidable wherever consciousness exists. The very act of asking the question proves meaning is already there. Part 5, so what actually matters? Stop chasing cosmic purpose like the universe owes you one. Stop letting nihilism trick you into thinking your experience is fake. Meaning is real to you because you're the one experiencing it. You are the source of meaning, not the universe, not destiny, not evolution, not religion. You. Life doesn't hand out meaning. Consciousness produces it. Meaning isn't something you discover. Meaning is something you generate by existing. If you can feel, if you can think, if you can ask why, then meaning is already happening inside you. So next time someone says nothing matters, ask them, if nothing matters, why does that matter to you? They won't have an answer because they can't escape the trap. Meaning exists, and you wear a mind is thinking about meaning. And if you're alive and conscious and experiencing, you already have meaning. Thanks for watching. If this opens your mind, drop a like and subscribe. I go deeper than the fake deep nihilism people sell online.